Welcome everyone, and thank you for being here. Today we're going to be discussing a topic that can be easily pushed aside when you're a young parent, and that's self-care. It's a really important issue for all of us, and I'm really looking forward to hearing all of the experts' insights. We're going to start with Tanuza. Can you tell us, are there strategies and techniques to deal with the exhaustion we often feel as a young parent?
Absolutely. I feel like we never have enough time. However, you can give yourself short breaks. Even 5 or 10 minutes is going to do wonders for the day, because you have to seize the day. Asking for help, if there are help around, if you have resources, that's also another way to sort of combat exhaustion, because you yourself cannot do it all on your own.
Can you give us some examples of things that worked for you, Jeannie, to achieve a healthy sleeping routine?
So, first of all, I would say have age-appropriate expectations for your children. So, you can't expect a newborn to be sleeping through the night. Setting some good routines that work for you and kind of listening to your baby's cues and following those cues to see when they actually need to sleep and when they're tired. Yeah, if you have short naps, trying to link those nap cycles so that you can have a nice long nap to help them sleep through the night.
Was there ever a time with your children where you thought that you had created the perfect routine, but suddenly that wasn't working for you anymore?
Like every 2 months. So yeah, sleep is not linear and it changes all the time. So especially from 0 to 12 months, all their nap schedules just change every few months. So I think being flexible and, when things don't go to plan, just being okay with that.
Lara, what are some of the signs of postnatal depression that would warrant a young mum seeking professional help?
So first of all, it's really important to emphasise that feeling tearful, having mood swings and things like that, that's very, very common. Up to 80% of new mums will feel that, and that's baby blues. That will dissolve away within a few days, maximum a week. Now, if you have symptoms that last longer than that, then definitely that's a sign that you need to reach out for support. We look for decline in mood that's kind of more persistent, really kind of deep, dark thoughts, disconnecting from baby, not enjoying things that you would usually enjoy. So these are the main things to look out for, as well as going off food, losing interest in your day-to-day tasks, losing interest in your relationships, that sort of thing. And of course, massive disturbances in sleep that affect you even when baby is sleeping.
If a young mother was to start feeling some of these signs of postnatal depression, what's the first step that they should take?
Let someone else know. If it feels okay and safe, reaching out to the GP is something that I would really recommend. If they can't take that step, then to reach out to a loved one, so either the partner, mum, dad, siblings, anyone. And I think it's everybody's business to make sure that mum and baby are healthy. Yeah.
Julia, how can you maintain a healthy relationship with the partner, and why is it important?
There are 3 really important key components. One is what you say, the other one is how you say it, and the third one would be about recognising when a relationship isn't working and how you might be able to leave a relationship. So what you're saying is being able to communicate your needs openly and clearly to your partner. So whether that's around children, housework, hopes and dreams, or any other aspects of your relationship. They are not mind readers, so being able to tell them what you need clearly so that they can meet your needs is really important. The second thing about how you say it is making sure that you're talking openly at the right time, without criticism, without blame, using I statements, focusing on your needs and thinking about how do we work together in partnership as a team to resolve these issues? I think the third and possibly most important thing is knowing when to stop and think about, is this relationship meeting my needs and working? So many young women will experience abuse, violence, controlling behaviour, and that's not okay. And if that's present in a relationship, thinking about how can I keep myself and my child safe, and what do I need to do to get ready to leave this situation? It might not be easy. It's definitely not easy, but there are services in the community that will support you and your family to be safe.
Thank you so much for that. Lara, what are some simple and easy self-care practices that you would suggest to young mums, and how can we prioritise them in our day?
Self-care doesn't need to be complicated. I think the first thing is making sure that mums get enough rest. And yes, babies don't sleep throughout the night, so rest during the day is going to be very important and will need to be prioritised over other things like keeping the house clean or making sure that a full 3-course dinner is ready or any of that sort of thing. So simple things like ensuring quick and easy meals or employing family members or community support members to provide meals or to help with the cleaning, to help with the childcare aspect of things so that mum can have that extra time. Making sure that physical health and good eating habits are in place. These are ways of self-care, and ensuring that the young mum is doing something that she enjoys throughout the week, whether it's going shopping with a friend, having a coffee out, or watching a movie or spending time with her partner. So also drawing on the greater kind of family network communities is going to be really, really important. Other ways that mums can help look after themselves and apply self-care strategies are through basically connecting. So even though I may not be able to go out every day to catch up with friends, a phone call is usually a really, really nice substitute here and there. Connecting through messages, these sorts of things are very important. And connecting with people who are in the same, having similar experiences. So mothers groups and play groups and these sorts of things are ways that we come to the realisation that we're not alone, that there are many other people who are facing similar challenges to us.
Jeannie, as a young mother yourself, is there one or two top self-care strategies that you found that have really worked for you in your parenting journey?
I think it changes. So, sometimes I like some things and then sometimes I don't like them anymore. So for me, I really like being alone and just like reading a book or watching Netflix. So that really helps fill my cup. Sometimes going out with my friends and just like catching up over a dinner and having a talk, that really helps as well. Or even just a really nice long shower at the end of the day. That's something to fill my cup, and it's quick and easy and you still need to do it. So yeah.
Yulia, what budgeting advice can you offer to a young mother who's never had to stick to a strict budget before?
I think the first thing would be to say that budgeting is hard for lots of people, and there are lots of resources out there in the community that can help someone who's new to budgeting learn how to budget and understand money. So, for example, the Money Smart website is a government website that has a lot of budgeting tools and resources available to people, which is free and can help people make a budget. So better understand what their income is and what their expenses are. And once they know what some of those regular expenses are, like rent, like bills, electricity, phone, internet, childcare, petrol, and even some of the bills that come up maybe just once a year, like car registration. That can be an unexpected cost. Getting to understand what those expenses are can help someone know how much money they have to spend. It will also help young people avoid getting into debt with things like Afterpay and credit cards, because that is a really big risk where you buy something now and then you might be paying it off for a really long time at really high interest rates, which ends up costing you a lot more money. Knowing that there's financial advisors in the community that can look at your finances and help you maximize your income by accessing government supports like Centrelink or other avenues is a really valuable tool, and they're also free as well. There are so many services that are able to provide support with bills that are overdue or rent that is overdue to help people stay in their homes and access the support that they need to be able to meet their expenses and their needs.
Tanuza, what kind of free mental health, social and parenting support is available out there, and what's the best way to find them?
In the mental health space, you have places like Panda, Cope, Beyond Blue, Black Dog, Keratani, Tresilli, and these are all services that are available to help both parents transition into that area with mental health services. But I would really encourage people to start with the local community mental health space first, because it's easily accessible. And your nurse can also guide you through sort of developmental stages of the needs that a parent might have for the child or for themselves as well. And they can also link you with all the services that's available for them without having to stretch out in different areas of services. In the social sector, like I said, I would go and look at the most local services first, and you have government services that you could look up, and always Google something. That's probably the easiest way to sort of first get your information. And if you are connecting with groups like Mothers Group and so forth, there's always information sharing there as well, and then where you can actually get really beautiful nuggets of information that can help you immediately because you are now collaborating and sharing information.
Jeannie, in your experience, how can education act as self-care?
So I think going out and doing your studies, that keeps you connected with the world and other people. That can be a form of self-care. Educating yourself and building on the knowledge you already have, that will help you have a better future and your children have a better future at the same time. And for me, I find studying very therapeutic. Like, I like sitting alone, having my tea, and just some time to be quiet and read and write. So, yeah.
And that helps you identify with that part of yourself that isn't a mother. You're able to grow and work on Jeannie.
Yeah.
Not mummy.
Yeah, so I think it also helps you build your own self-identity, and that really helps you feel better as a person.
So building on that, Yulia, what opportunities are there for young mothers to study?
I think it depends on what interests them. And as with everything else we've talked about today, there are so many things in place within institutions to support young people to know what it is that interests them and how they can go about studying that. So, for example, at TAFE, there are roles to support young people to identify what course is going to be most suitable for them, and then support them to enroll in it and navigate it along with things like childcare and childminding, as well as navigating any additional requirements and supports they might need because of learning and language, if English is a second language for them, if mental health is playing a factor in their ability to complete their studies. There are people there whose job it is to support those young people to navigate that system. And the same exists within universities. So the thing to do would be to contact your local TAFE or university and make an appointment to speak with an education specialist. Another thing could be, if you are linked in with a community service, to talk to your caseworker, because they'll be able to help you navigate that big system, which can be overwhelming to do by yourself.
So I'm going to ask everyone individually, if you would offer one takeaway piece of advice or information to young mums across Australia, what would that be? We can start with Jane.
I would say to the young parents, be kind to yourself. It's a really, really, really tough job.
I would say Google your local family support service and give them a call, because even if you think everything is hunky-dory, they're going to be able to just sit down with you, even just as a one-off, and go, what are your goals? What do you want your future to look like? What do you want the future for your child to look like? And they'll be able to help you access any supports to be able to make those dreams come true. And if it doesn't feel like it's a good fit, talk to a different service.
I would like to say self-care is not selfish. So it is okay to slow down, and it's okay to lower your expectations and just spend time with your children and work on yourself.
This period of your life can be quite isolating, so try and connect with as many people as you can. Build your village, and through that you will find more resources that is required for you. Sometimes you have to just push through it and really connect. Connection is the key.
Self-compassion is really, really important. And so looking after yourself is providing the best possible care for your child.
Thank you everybody for your time today. That was some amazing advice that I'm sure will come in handy for so many different people who will be hearing all of your amazing voices and advice. And I know that I'll be taking away all of it for myself as well.